Every Friday after work, the guys at the train station would ask my Uncle George the same question. George, why don't you stay and have a beer with us for once? And every Friday, you'd give the same answer. Why would I stay here with you clowns? I work with you all week. And he'd grab his things, and before he walk out the door, he'd look at them. He'd say, I'm going home to have a beer with my best mate. His best mate was his wife, which is my Auntie Coral. Never forgotten that. Yeah, never forgotten it. As a kid, I spent quite a bit of time at their home. And I remember most when we'd arrive, because you just see the fishing boat parked in the driveway. You get out of the car, it was either go straight to the pool or jump on the fishing boat. And we'd climb that little ladder. We'd try to anyway. It was only 5 or 6. And I'd give me a hand, will you? Give me a boost. And you'd eventually jump in the boat, pretending that you're heading out to sea. Get the steering wheel. And but even though you weren't going anywhere, the smell of seawater, the fishing bait, the ocean, it was great. It was like an adventure for us. And but inside the house, there was always something happening. There was always something going on. Fish on the barbecue, or Auntie Coral was cooking a roast lamb, baked veggies, rosemary, garlic, mint sauce, pepper gravy, pavlova. It's like a meringue, and she would make it with like this big meringue. Where I come from, we call it pavlova. But once it's cooled down, you put whipped cream on top, strawberries, passion fruit, kiwi fruit. Oh, awesome! Yeah. So the kids were just running amok. Yeah, acting up. And but the adults, I remember, they would just sit around, talk, laugh, have a beer, and yeah, but there's nothing extravagant going on, we just enjoyed each other's company, having a good time. I look at it, and my Uncle George, he worked at that train station his entire life. He walked to work, and then he'd walk home. But I remember, being so young, I remember he was a pretty calm man. Yeah, mum described him as a very dependable, loving, gentle giant. Yeah. He absolutely adored my Auntie Coral. Yeah. But she adored him. She was a jokester. Yeah. Very, very loving. And you know what the thing is? If there was some drama going on in the house or whatever, she'd turn it around. Oh, come on, come here. So if we'd fall over, or hurt ourselves or whatever, or start crying or whatever, she's, come here, love, come on. Yeah, it was great. It was she was awesome. But always that welcoming feeling, like the doors open, that sort of feeling. It was because they had 7 children, and from my I was talking to my mum not long ago about them, and she said they were always clean. Yeah, they were always clean, and I think what do I remember? Clean, and what was the other one? Just good manners. Just the basic ingredients. Just good manners. And I think that really shined, because being adults, and us kids, that I think like most any parent, really. A kid that's just got great manners, and you just, yeah, you flock to them. But but yeah, looking back now, there was nothing extraordinary going on. I think the older I get, the more I appreciate how rare all of that is. Because we didn't have much. I mean, our family, we had very little, and so did they. But the thing is, they made they made the best of it. For what we had, we made do with it, right? We made it work, and I think the thing is, what they had was so priceless. Um, it just it dissolved all of the other areas that we struggled in life with. Yeah, and so many people in the world, you know, go through things in life, and it's not easy. It's not easy. But when you're in that environment, oh, gee, I tell you, it does so much for your soul. Um, and it's because finding someone you genuinely enjoy spending your life with. In this case, all of their life, from a young age, they were meant to be. They were soulmates. That's a gift. Um, and every time we got in that, we came to that house, it was just a sense of harmony. We all just came together. No one was trying to impress, compete with anyone. I just didn't feel like there was any ego or anything like that. We just loved being together. Yeah, and I'm so grateful for that, because that stuck with me, my entire life. And then somehow, that created a feeling that, yeah, um, made a part of me who I am for sure. But a few years later, my auntie Coral developed heart condition. Yeah, this went on for a while, but she eventually passed away. Not long afterwards, Mum asked my Uncle George, which was my mum's brother, um, do you think you'll take the boat out again, go fishing? Because that was their thing. Every weekend, that was their thing, go fishing. And his answer was very simple. He said, no, love. He said, I lost my best mate. Yeah. He never took that boat out again. And a year later, he passed away. He didn't have any major health issues. And I at times I bring this up with my mom, and it's hard to believe, but my mom feels like, yep, I believe he died from a broken heart. Yeah, maybe she was right. But nobody who knew them ever questioned how much they loved each other. Yeah. Nobody cared whether the house, oh, that needs fixing, it needs renovating, or nobody looked at it. The happiness was already there. The love was already there. And nobody focused on what was missing or needed fixing or what was old, as I said. Those things just didn't matter because the people that were in it made the house shine. Yeah. And when I think about that house today, I think about a man who couldn't wait to get home to his wife. Yeah. Great story. Um, they genuinely enjoyed not only being together, but absolutely loved each other. And I think about how some people spend a lifetime searching for what those two already had. Yeah, for sure. A best mate, a life partner, simple life, you know, not chasing anything, just a house full of love. Yeah, awesome. Anyway, I hope this video made you reflect and relate somewhere in your past there, or present. It's currently happening, because I tell you what, it's a gift. And yeah, money can't buy that, right? So see you next time.